Hello and welcome to the Average FPLers podcast, FPL4. My name's Russell, and as always, I'm joined by Mike. How are we doing?
Hello there.
Hello. FPL4 time where we pick four players for the upcoming game week that we predict will do well. We're competing against each other throughout the season. So first I will see how we got on in the awful game week that was game week 29. And some of us did better than our actual teams. So Gaz got 14, Mike, you got 6, and I got
Oh yeah.
19 points, which definitely was better than my actual team. Although not as good as my bench. But
Not as good as your bench.
no.
And to be fair, your bench is nearly as good as our three scores combined.
Yeah, 33 points on my bench. That was fun. If I'd picked that in FPL4, I would have been laughing.
You would have. You would have
Yeah.
overtaken me, I guess, at that point.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're seeing. I mean, I've definitely closed the gap a little bit. So,
I'm not
um,
surprised. I got 6.
yeah. Yeah, so your week was bad in this and in your team. So
That's just wall to wall sadness.
yeah. Gaz picked Region in this, which was obviously a very bad choice for the week.
I
Um,
appreciated it though.
but redeemed himself with Muniz, which was a good shout. 13 points. Um, yeah, we both went for Tottenham defenders. That did not work out well.
No, admittedly, there were higher hopes that Fulham were going to be quite bad,
Hmm.
and it turns out the reverse was opposite.
Yeah.
Fulham didn't even really need to necessarily try because Tottenham played like they did when they played Brighton several weeks before, where we got absolutely tanked in that game as well. And we were absolutely abject. So I'm
Hmm.
hoping that's not going to become a regular thing where we're bad 1 out of every 8 games. So bad we get absolutely hammered. But there is a small little pattern starting to emerge there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see this
Right
week.
side though,
Uh,
Tottenham was so bad, everyone had them.
yeah, that
Saved my
was the
bacon.
problem. Yeah.
Even in this, if they'd done well, it wouldn't have served me any purpose anyway because you've got one. Gaz has got a Tottenham
Gaz,
midfielder, so you
Madison,
should
yeah.
have just smashed me even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll take it. I'll
Yeah.
take the disappointment with the small smattering of going, it weren't as bad as it could have been, which is literally the thinnest of rope that I'm holding on to there.
I mean, the players I did well with, I had Gibbs White, who was on the cusp of coming into my free hit team, and stupidly I went without him. Um, and Fafana, who the Fantasy Football Hub had in their AI generated free hit team, so I thought I would hedge my bets with that, and he was on my bench as well. So happy days. But yeah,
Nothing like having bench points.
yeah. uh, but yeah. So yeah, in this, not so bad. In my actual team, terrible. But let's have a look, see how that's affected the scores. So you're still top on 531. I am second on 508, and Gaz is on 460. So yeah,
Yeah,
so I'm in touching distance now.
yeah, Gaz did all right still. He's not that far away. I don't know if he's indicate to you that he's given up.
Well, he's literally just sent me his picks through, so they're not. Um,
You're gonna have to add them live. Is that what you're telling me? You're just gonna add their
uh,
names, not the players' pictures. You're just gonna be like, or maybe you got like Mr. Bean movie where you just got the whistlers painting with like just giant noses.
I could have done that. Yeah. No, I'll just tell you what they are because that's
Okay,
easier. Yeah.
that's easier.
Yeah. Um. Right. Yeah. So well, let's get into it then. And now I've got Gaz's picks through. It's good. Um. Goalie's up first. So you have gone for Neto. I've gone for Dubravka, and Gaz has gone for Petrovic.
Of Chelsea.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So I think I've gone Newcastle West Ham is the first game of the weekend.
Early
Sometimes,
kickoff.
sometimes that's a bit of a dull game, isn't it? So I'm going for it being a dull game, 0-0. Dubravka gets a clean sheet.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for. We'll see. Not sure about that,
Uh,
but
well, they could be missing. They're missing Botman because Botman's going to be out for 6 to 9 months. They
mm,
could be missing Trippier still,
yeah.
and they might be missing Livramento. It's going to be a real ramshackle Newcastle defense.
Yeah, it's one of those where I just don't know. I've got a feeling, so I'm going with
Got a
I'm going
feeling.
with the feelings. Yeah,
It might be a real feeling, or it might just be stomach flu. But
yeah,
we're going with it.
could be. No, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not too confident on that one, but
I wouldn't necessarily be either. But
yeah,
again, it is after an international break. Could be some tired legs. It could just be
yeah.
you know
I did think
um,
Petrovic from Chelsea, which well, Gaz has gone for, against Burnley, but
Chelsea's defense
I,
just as bad.
yeah,
To be honest,
exactly.
it's got
That's
so many
I.
goals and injuries.
I didn't trust that either. So, and I
I
think I
mean,
did Petrovic a few weeks ago, and that was rubbish. So I've been put
yeah, I
off.
mean, you've got like I mean, James is still out. Chilwell might be out. Um, Colwell's out now for Chelsea, so that
Hmm.
could be a ragtag defense as well.
Yeah, yeah. Neto is probably a good try. I probably might have thought about Neto if I didn't have him in my actual team.
Yes,
And I'm already gambling on double Bournemouth defence, which just seems mad. So yeah, so
you
I
got to be
couldn't put
mad
him in
sometimes,
this.
don't you?
Yeah, guess so. But yeah, could be a good choice. And having him in my team now, they've got the double in 34. Seems good. So I think I'm set on my goalkeeper till the end of the season now, probably. So
Hmm, see, right?
yeah, well, because I haven't got a wild card anymore, it would seem a bit mad to change my goalkeeper. So
It would be mad, but you never know what's going to happen.
no, true.
An injury, sending off, someone loses their place.
I think I'd only change him now if my hand gets forced, but probably stick with my goalkeepers now. But yeah, we
We'll
shall
see, I
see.
guess.
We shall see.
You never know what's going to happen.
So, right, defenders. You have gone Connor Bradley. I've gone Robinson, and Gaz has gone Mickey Van der Ven.
Mickey, Mickey Van der Ven,
I thought he
which
was
is quite
injured.
funny because no, we picked up a hamstring strain.
Right.
He didn't play the last game before the international break, so he's had about 3 weeks off. He's trained all week allegedly,
Mm-hmm.
so it'd be manager's discretion if he plays. He might not start. We might start with Dragusin again,
Hmm.
um, but it wouldn't if when we start with him, we're a better side defensively.
Mm-hmm.
But he has done his
Yeah.
hamstring twice now, running
Yeah.
at
Which
full tilt.
is a concern.
So, do you want to risk him too quickly and then you lose him again, or do you want to leave it and you could bring him on off the bench, for example, against Luton for about 25 minutes and see how it plays out, see if he gets any adverse reaction to it, kind of thing.
Mm.
That would be the only thing I'd be worried about for Gaz. But
Yeah.
he is one of the fastest in the league, and he is quality.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I agree. He's been good signing. So
Mhm.
yeah. So yeah, could be a good pick, but yeah, I would have been worried about that injury to have picked him, but
It's not the injury itself; it's the fact that he's you've got no data to go on. So this had been like the second game after the international break, and he played like 25 minutes in the first game,
yeah.
you could go, okay, he's probably going to start this one now. You might only get an hour, but you'll definitely start it. But because you don't have that,
Hmm.
you're just going, okay, was it clear? Did the medical team give him an all clear after like a couple of days after the international break started, and he's just been training really hard to get ready? If he has, then he's definitely going to start at Luton. If he hasn't,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So I hope he does start because, like I said, he's better when he does.
Indeed. Indeed. Um, yeah, I've gone for Robinson, one of the players on my bench last week. So maybe that's swayed my decision. But also targeting that Sheffield United fixture. So um, yeah, so we'll see. They are away though, and Sheffield United have been picking up points. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
putting up a bit of a
with
fight.
Sheffield United, they've had the whole 2 weeks to keep prepping under Chris Wilder, get a couple of players back. I think they lost George Baldock though
Yeah.
because he got injured playing for Greece.
Hmm.
But yeah, they're
And they didn't play in 29, so they've had even longer
so
off.
sad. So they could shock people,
Mm.
Sheffield United, and go and pick up. I mean, they picked up some points against Fulham. It really would be a real joke, right? Because Fulham beat Tottenham and then they lose to Sheffield United.
That'd be classic. Yep, you could see that happening.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally. uh, and yeah, you've gone Bradley. Obviously, Trent's out, so Bradley's the man. He scored international, didn't he? As well.
he
I
did
think I
against
said.
Scotland due to a mistake, an error by the Everton right back. Oh, I
Right.
can't remember his name. I'd nearly said Ferguson then, but that's wrong. But yeah, so the Everton right back, Scottish international youngster, he it was a bad ball, like a really really bad ball. Connor Bradley basically picked it up, took one touch out of his feet, and then put. But it was a quality goal
Hmm.
for Northern Line. Don't take anything away from it, but yeah, it was a massive error that gave him the opportunity to get a chance at a goal.
Hmm.
So
But that's probably good. High confidence, and he has looked dangerous
yeah,
for Liverpool. So yeah.
he's been great. So that's been the thing. He's been really really good for. Um, he's been really really good when he's come in and deputized. He
Hmm.
doesn't. He might not have always scored points, but he's been good.
Yeah.
And if Alexander Arnold's out for the next three, I think Bradley might start Brighton because
Hmm.
that's a more difficult fixture, and he would be up against quite a quick attacking player, which he'd be good for. And then Gomez might start against Sheffield United.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd go Bradley for this one. Otherwise, it was going to be Van Dijk, but
Hmm.
Bradley is the one that I most fear not owning this week because I think Bradley could get a couple of assists or one assist and some bonus.
Yeah.
They are Brighton's defense is not the most solid, and if anything, after how bad Dunk was in the internationals, that probably hasn't done his confidence any good either.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well.
So yeah, I figured I'll go for Bradley and take my chance. That way, if he does do really well, I'll be angry that I didn't put him in my team because he's so cheap, but
Yeah.
slightly relieved because
Yeah. He's a tricky one. I kind of thought about bringing him in a few times, but I think it's that what once Trent comes back, he's probably not going to get the minutes. But yeah.
no. But if you knew, for example, that he was going to start the next three,
Yeah.
and I think the next three are Brighton, Sheffield United and then Man United, I think I would still risk it for a -4. But
Yeah.
because we don't know, and he might get rested midweek because those games come like every 3-4 days. Yeah, that would be the only thing that scares me from kind of pulling the trigger on him.
Got him in
Um,
my draft team though, so yeah. So I'm hoping he does all right.
yeah,
He,
I'm sure it'd be absolutely fine. To be honest, I just fingered it. I just wanted to try a different player out and give it a go.
yeah.
One that I wish I owned that I don't own.
He
It
was
could have
on.
easily been Anthony Robertson,
Yeah,
Robinson, sorry,
he
but
was on my shortlist, Bradley. So yeah.
yeah, I did. I half tempted. Um, I was half tempted by Robinson.
He's a player you talked about bringing in last
Because
week, and you didn't.
yeah, it talked about bringing him in last week. He got 11 points
11
last week.
points.
He might get 11 points this week because they're playing Sheffield United, and Sheffield United are really bad at home.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think I also mentioned like if I knew Kenny Tete was going to start on the right instead of Castagna, I would have go for Tete. Although Castagna got double figures.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was between Robinson and Van Dijk and Bradley, and I just was like, you know what, Bradley's the one that's he's up and coming. He's doing great for Northern Ireland, and he genuinely looks like he's going to be a good competition for Alexander Arnold now, even after Klopp leaves.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Right. Moving on, midfielders. Uh, I've gone for Son. You've gone for Pereira, and Gaz has gone for Luis Diaz, which I can't see. Um, yeah. So yeah, I
nice one,
mean, we
Gaz.
we were just talking about Liverpool, obviously playing Brighton. So Diaz. Uh, I guess still a few players are out for Liverpool, aren't they? So Luis Diaz probably going to play. Um,
Um, I don't know actually. Salah's back.
hmm.
Darwin Nunez is back.
There's a
The only one
small
who's out
doubt
is
over
Jota.
Nunez, I think,
No,
but
no.
he's likely to
Today's
play.
press conference, he said he's fine.
Ah, okay.
So Nunez is fine and is trained all week, but the Jota's the one that's not. And the only other one after that is Yakpo, but I think with Yakpo it's because he's dangerously out of form as opposed to
Yeah.
there's no
Diaz
injury
recently
concern.
has looked good.
His end product though
His end
has been
product, yeah, that's what I was
frustrating.
going to say. His end product is lacking a little bit,
Yeah, I
but
mean the
apart from
game I
that,
watched
he's
the
looked
other
good.
day with them in, I can't remember who they were playing last week before the break. Oh, it was Man United,
Man
wasn't it,
U
in the
in
FA
the
Cup?
FA Cup, yeah, which was a
And then
crazy
the
game.
week before that, who was they playing the week before that? Man
Uh,
City was the game I watched him in when he got through
oh
and he got like
yeah,
a couple of one-on-ones, and I
yeah.
remember really audibly shouting, "Mane would have finished that." I said that several times,
Hmm.
and unfair. And I was completely sitting alone on my, in my house watching the game, so just sounding insane, really yelling things like that out. But
Yeah.
um,
Probably true though.
yeah,
Yeah.
it probably is true. He might get better at that final third bit, but yeah, the last couple of weeks watching him there, he's been frustrating to watch because
Hmm.
he takes those chances. And Liverpool, it wasn't even a contest against Man United, and against Man City, he could have had 2, 3, 4 goals easy.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's a brave pick, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, but not the worst. I
No.
probably would have gone for him next week, which is midweek.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That is true. Yeah.
This next week is Sheffield
Sheffield
United
United.
at
Yeah.
home,
Yeah.
and if Yotta's out and Yakpo's still out of form,
Hmm.
Diaz could, Plus, obviously, I think Darwin's close to a ban as well, so
Oh.
that could be another factor.
Yeah. Mm.
But yeah, decent pick. You never know. We might completely be wrong this time around, and he might go and convert all his chances and we were like, oh, good God.
Yep, could happen. So, um, yeah, you've gone for Pereira, as we said, Fulham, Sheffield United. So,
Yeah, well, Pereira's not been hugely efficient this season.
hmm,
He's got several assists, and but he's not been playing the full 90 at times. He's getting hooked early.
hmm,
Fulham, I wanted someone from Fulham,
yeah,
but it's so hard to nail down. The only thing I seem to know with any kind of real confidence is that Willian plays the home fixtures. So I don't know if he just doesn't travel with the team or something, but he's not. He doesn't always start in the away fixtures.
he weirdly doesn't do as well as away. He does really well at home, but yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
like yeah, he
And I
doesn't
mean,
travel well or something.
no, well, it doesn't
Yeah.
appear to be because like away, he only played 28 minutes against Wolves. He
Hmm.
didn't play at all against Man United.
Hmm.
He played 90 against Burnley.
Hmm.
You see, so he sort of dips in and out. So Willian wasn't an option.
It
I
won't
would have
be.
gone for. Well, it's Harry Wilson was the one I was going to go for, but he,
Wilson, yeah.
again, if you check his start in minutes, sometimes he starts, sometimes he doesn't, and then he only gets like 18 minutes, and I was like, I can't. I don't know if that's a good idea. And Iwobi probably should have been my go-to because he's got
He's in good
two
form,
goals in the
actually.
last.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 goals in the last four, and Iwobi's got the most minutes I think of all of the midfielders.
Yeah.
And Andreas Pereira, I just thought, oh, you know what, I'll give Pereira a go. He was okay against Tottenham.
Hmm.
He was moving around. He was creating a lot of space and getting into pockets to basically look like we didn't know how to defend. And yeah, he weren't great the last two games before that against Wolves and Brighton.
Hmm.
But Andreas does get on average about 60, 70 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's on 7 assists for the season.
Yeah.
So if there's ever a game where he could get something worthwhile, it'd be nice to see him get 2 assists from Meniz in this one. I should have just gone for Meniz in the end.
Yeah.
I can't remember who I picked as striker. I've got a vague memory.
I was
I want it to
very
be
tempted
Werner,
by
but it's
Meniz,
not.
but I picked Robertson in the end, but I may regret
Yeah, I might regret it as well.
that.
So
um,
it just seemed like it was a sensible. I haven't picked Pereira in a while. Although I need to start getting slightly more sensible because I'm picking players that either I want to own but I can't, or players who I think are going to do well, and I'm not really.
hmm.
I don't think I'm really putting any kind of real thought to it because if you looked at this team right now, you go, "Oh, that's only going to get like 4 points," and I'm not
Hmm.
winning. It's not like I'm out and out winning by I'm not streaking home by 150 points, waving goodbye. I'm just literally, I'm falling away.
Yeah, I'm on the chase, and I've gone for a very popular
Exactly.
pick in Son for this week. As you said, Luton got a lot of injuries, and he's probably going to play up top. And I'm scared of not owning him, so I thought I've got to pick him in this. So yeah, he could. He could obviously you've got him in your team, so that's fine. But he could hurt me
I've
this
had him
week.
in my team forever, Russ. I've had him in my team forever.
Yeah, but yeah, he obviously if Tottenham do better than they did in the last game, then yeah,
Well, put it this
he
way:
could
if
do
they
good.
don't, I might be easily provocable come next week
Hmm. That'd
because
be
we were
fun.
bad against Fulham.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been vocal through the Mourinho years and through the Conte years for parts of it. Um, and yeah, last week I wasn't like an unbearable person, but I did turn the game off before it finished, and I think I've only ever done that twice, 3 times
Yeah, that's
ever.
not a great sign. Yeah.
I never did that in the 90s when we used to get battered every week and finish like 11th in the league because we used to have Les Ferdinand. So I was like, we got Les Ferdinand. I don't care. We got Raw Fox. I love it. But now it's just like, Christ, that Fulham game was bad. And even the substitutes didn't work. It's just, they just came on and just went, I think we'll just jog around for a bit until till someone blows a whistle, to be honest. So
Mm.
yeah, it was a hard watch.
Hmm.
But so hopefully the international break, a lot of the players have gone away to their respective teams and done okay. And Luton have got a lot of injuries. Hopefully we do well. It'll be annoying because it means I'll do well, but then you'll catch me.
Yep. So good. I'm hedging my bets. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
Like it.
I'm basically in a double-edged sword situation where I go, oh look, my actual team's going to do really well. Oh no, Russ is beating me.
Uh,
You know,
well,
so
forwards. I'm not going to gain anything on you there because we've crazily
oh
both
screw
gone for
you.
Jackson. And Gaz has gone for Ivan Tony. So there you go. They've got Man U. You've got him in your team. You were thinking of possibly benching him, weren't you? Or selling,
um,
I think, consideration.
benching Tony. It's a toss-up because Tony has penalties,
Hmm.
but he's at home. So
Mm-hmm.
that always makes him a good asset. Secondly, he did score in the England game and he
Yeah.
looked quite good. So that would have done his confidence quite a boost. My issues around Tony would be they're lacking creativity in the midfield. Although
Right.
Mbumo could start
Mm.
against Man United, and if he did, that would probably make me regret not starting Tony.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, the other toss up is Odegaard because similar reason really. Odegaard would probably take the penalties if Saka doesn't make the game. I'm sure he will, but if he
Mm.
didn't, and Man City are missing a couple of defenders. Man United are missing a couple of defenders as well. Lisandro Martinez might not be able to make this one because it might come too soon. And I think they're missing Maguire and Evans.
Mm.
So I mean, they'd still have Varane and Lindelof, and I think Dallo would go to left back.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a bit of a ragtag
Hmm.
Man United defense, like it has been almost all
This
season.
whole season, yeah. It's
Yeah,
not new.
but
So
no. So that's why selling Tony didn't seem like I needed to. Like a lot of people wildcarded to get rid of Tony and Watkins, and it just seems like the fixture's okay on paper for both of them. So do I need
yeah.
to?
Mm.
And then like the only thing that's obviously eating away at my own sort of thought process now is whether it should be Tony or Odegaard that starts. So hopefully gets it right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be
Good
quite
luck.
nice because I don't know if any of us have got him in our actual team apart from me. I don't think you do, right?
I've not got Tony, no. I had him last week on my free
No.
hit, but no. Got
Oh, everyone did then.
Haaland, Watkins, and Solanke. I've got so
There you go. See, so
yeah,
we got 2 out of 3. That ain't bad.
yeah,
I think that's what Meatloaf used to say.
yeah.
Someone did anyway.
One bloody player I did have at the start of the year that was bloody useless was Jackson, but I'm giving him another chance.
He's got 9 goals total this season.
Yeah,
He's got one of the highest XGs in the league.
he's been picking up points here and there, hasn't he? So yeah,
I've had him in my draft team pretty much exclusively since game week 1.
and I just feel like maybe against Burnley, that's a good fixture for him. So yeah.
Well, it might be his last fixture for a bit.
Oh really? Yeah.
Well, he's on 9 yellow cards.
Ah, okay.
And you've got to get to game week. You've got to play, sorry, 32 games
Hmm.
before that rolls over to 15. So he's got to get to game number 33.
Right.
So that means he's got to go 5 games without getting a yellow.
Yeah.
And on average, he gets one every 4,
He'll probably score, take his
mostly for
shirt off,
dissent.
and get a yellow card and be out. Then.
There you go. And he'll be out for 2 games,
Yeah.
which would mean he'd miss Man United. And then the worst one, Sheffield United.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but he might be good for this week. That's why I went for him. Burnley at
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Seemed like a good fixture. He scored. He's got 2 in 2.
Hmm.
You know, he scored against Newcastle. He scored against Brentford, and before that, he got an assist against Man City in the 1-1 draw.
Right. Yeah.
So he's been really good. but obviously no one goes near him because he's got so many bloody yellow cards,
Hmm.
and because how bad he was at the beginning of the season. They're like, I'm not going back there.
No.
It's a trap.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember watching him and he couldn't hit the back of the barn door, and you go, no, he's good now. And they're like, don't lie to me. You're just trying to make me buy someone bad, so I do really bad. And you're like, no, he's really good now.
It's too tainted. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
his own fucking thing is just completely tainted by he's need to always get booked for dissent
hmm
and for the fact that he misses quite a lot of shots.
hmm Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought he'd be a good gamble this week against a Burnley defense that's not great.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I feel. I feel he could get something there. So
hmm It would have been Sterling, but I checked Sterling. I think Sterling didn't start the last game. So that's what
uh
sort of put me off.
yeah, I thought about Sterling, but I don't know if you see the FA Cup game. I think it was the FA Cup game, but he got
Yes, it
booed.
was. That
He got
penalty was
booed off, didn't
abysmal.
he? By
Yes,
his
did
own
you not see the
fans.
penalty?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bad penalty. And then he took a free kick that was really bad as well. And
Yep. His
yeah,
confidence is basically zero.
yeah,
He's not getting called up to the England team
no,
anymore because he asked to take a bit of time off because he was struggling, mentally. And since then, they basically punished him for good now by never bringing him back.
yeah,
All
but
right,
he's not
the
really
most recent
merited
one,
getting back into the
not the
team, has
most
he?
recent
So,
one, no, but he probably did about a year ago.
mm,
Um, and so yeah, that's gone in. I think he did an interview with someone not too long ago where he said he just needs to score to get that monkey off his back.
hmm
Unfortunately, that monkey's now turned into a giant 15-ton gorilla that's just King Kong, smashing him in his shoulders into the ground now. So he's taking bad free kicks, he's taking bad penalties, his shots. You can see he's in his own head, kind of like Jackson was at the beginning of the season, where Jackson kept missing.
yeah, now
So
it's just yeah, the penalty in that is trying too hard. You could sense that.
that penalty was awful. That was like the Panenka that
Yeah,
Adam Lookman tried to do that time.
yeah,
And it was like, oh, and but it wasn't even a Panenka. It was just really, really, really
bad.
bad. And you're like, just put your laces through it. Just absolutely welly it. You need a goal, right? Just
Yeah.
smash that bitch in.
Hmm.
And no. So you can only hope that that turns around. And I mean, I don't think either of us would be shocked if he turned that around against Burnley,
No, true,
which
yeah.
is unfortunate because neither of us have got him now.
No, well, yeah. After that, I didn't want to risk that one, but yeah, but
No, that bad penalties definitely scarred me from going there. I was like, oh, good God, no.
but it's definitely a game where he could. It's the kind
I
of
hope
game that
so.
Sterling does do well in. So
I
yeah,
really do, yeah. I mean, I think he's still, as much as people give him a lot of grief for not being good enough, or being a bad player. I think he's got, he's decent. There's a decent player in there,
I'm sure
and he's underrated.
when it was the yearly event of Man City smashing Burnley, Sterling probably scored a few of those goals. So
Well, Sterling's got some, but the one that was the bigger provider of goals was De Bruyne against Burnley.
mm,
He
yeah,
loves a goal against Burnley, De Bruyne.
yeah,
So
but yeah, but I'm sure Sterling picked out some points in those. So yeah,
yeah, he did. I mean, again, it's one of those things with Raheem Sterling. He's going through a bad time,
he did
and
get an assist in that FA Cup game. So
he did, but
yeah, people
no
forget
one's
that,
going to
but
remember that.
he did get the assist.
Everyone, no one's going to remember that. No one's going to remember he set up the winning goal. I think it was right.
Yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't the winning. It was the one before
One
because the
before,
winning goal
yeah,
was Cole Palmer, wasn't it? And thingy,
yeah,
but no one's going to remember that because all they're going to remember is that awful penalty.
yeah.
And it was. It was bad because he didn't get booed after he missed it. There was just stunned silence in the crowd.
uh, that's probably worse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is worse. That's like a death knell almost for that game anyway.
yeah,
Um, yeah, so hopefully he turns it around. But yeah, for now, Jackson is the form player.
hmm
It's probably too risky to have in your team because of yellows,
mm,
but worthy punt on FPL4.
Yeah.
And if he manages to come through this one and then the next one, I wouldn't be too surprised if I picked him this time next week for Sheffield United at home.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I will as well. So there you go.
Yeah, maybe you will.
Maybe I will. Who knows? But yeah, all right, cool. Well, there we go. There's our picks. Thanks everyone for listening. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Average FPLers. And if you want to join our mini league, the code is 5FDX0Q. We'll be back to see how we go on and give our picks for the next game week. So yeah, till then, take care. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Ta-ra.